Well, first we get our damage nerfed, and now we get our bug boy nerfed. Oh man. Hello guys, how are we doing? Unfortunately, I bring ill tidings. It is unfortunate, but Riot has decided to go ahead and step on the bug boy Kha'Zix. I am very confused and pretty frustrated as to why they're doing this. In my opinion, Kha'Zix was in a playable state, not really overpowered, but definitely a champ to be respected. And I did not see this nerf coming. I really didn't. So, for those who don't know, these are the proposed changes for Kha'Zix. We're getting our armor lowered by 4, and W evolve isolated slow is being reduced to 60% from 75%. So, this is yet another nerf to W evolve style Kha'Zix. Oh man, and to be honest, I do not care. Screw W evolve, man. This does definitely hurt that type of playstyle in terms of allowing you to catch out isolated enemies with the slow, but I would say generally it doesn't hurt the playstyle of Kha'Zix too much, and it just won't be a factor for people like me who don't like running W evolve anyway. My biggest concern is the armor reduction by 4. That's pretty substantial, man. There are a lot of champs that can hard punish a Kha'Zix early game that do physical damage. Some examples are Viego, Graves, and Skarner. And this sounds like a nightmare for playing against AD matchups in the jungle. Not to mention our clear is going to be less healthy, and in general, this just doesn't sound good to me at all, man. Kha'Zix was already a little squishy bug boy, but now he's even more prone to being stepped on than ever. So, what's the solution to this? I mean, like, how the hell are we going to deal with being even more vulnerable in the early game? Well, there are two ways this can go, in my opinion. The first way is that we continue to pile in on the damage and try to play for the get in, get out one-shot playstyle. Thankfully, they did not touch Kha'Zix's damage, so we'll still be able to do our usual assassin stuff. The other way is that we give respect to this nerf and invest in more defensive itemization so that we can potentially offset the effects of the nerfs. This is the less desirable option in my opinion, because quite frankly, this to me looks like a bruiser and fighter type Kha'Zix nerf. Having less armor means you'll be squishier, and thus makes it more dangerous for you to be fighting extended fights. So, with the armor reduction and W evolve nerf, it's very clear to me that the RW evolve fighter style Kha'Zix is going to be a lot worse. And so obviously right now, I can only speculate, but it does feel like Riot is trying to force Kha'Zix into a more linear assassin role, and give people more opportunities to punish him where he messes up. By that logic, I can't actually see the reasoning behind this nerf. I do think this will affect more of the average skilled Kha'Zix players. I do think generally the one tricks, etc. will be able to deal with this nerf pretty reasonably, but there is no doubt that this nerf definitely opens up some more opportunities for enemies to punish a Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix at the moment is pretty good in my opinion. I think his ability to completely take over games was significantly reduced with all the item and damage nerfs, so I don't think he's as potent as before, but there are still plenty of ways to accumulate huge amounts of damage on the champ. Some common purchases at the moment are Hubris and Opportunity, which both give some great bursts to work with, but I'm not gonna lie here guys, from my experience, this has to be one of the most boring times to play League of Legends. I don't know if this is just the same for everyone, but almost every game for me is a stomp, and it's almost always just an extremely boring meta that comes after damage nerfs, because the game just comes down to who gets the bigger lead and who gets to stat check the enemy team first, because no one gets punished because there's not enough damage to do so. I don't know, man. 9 out of 10 times I am the only assassin present in my games. Everyone else is playing a bruiser, tank, or AD carry, and sometimes it feels like you're playing Attack on Titan as an assassin, just versing these massive chunky enemies. And if you reveal yourself for even a second, you just get exploded in an instant because you're so squishy. And now with the nerfs, we're even squishier, so I don't know how this is going to go, man. My plan for dealing with this nerf is most likely going to be me returning to my Hail of Blade setup with a few tweaks. I really do feel that having that attack speed to speed up combos will help in terms of staying alive, since I'll be aiming to go for a super quick in and out playstyle after the nerfs hit. Well, that's all I really have to say. It's an unfortunate nerf, but I can kind of see where Riot is going with it. I will continue to experiment and see what works when the nerfs come out, but I thought I'd just make this quick video talking about it and giving my thoughts on it. Thank you for watching. I'm going to ask for your help to like the video. I would really appreciate it, because for some reason YouTube is being mean to me. and it is what it is. But hey, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.